This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey guys, this is Valerie Lauer with the iPhoneAppReview.com, here with a video app review of a really cool game we've had this week called Derby Star. This is an application that combines horse racing, horse training, horse breeding, running a stable, and all kinds of really cool equine themes. This is probably one of the better apps we've seen that deals with horses, not only because it has beautiful graphics, but also because it combines a lot of features that you see individually in other apps into one really cool, interface. So, as you can tell, we're already open here. You may have seen the open faint or the Game Center integration screen that popped up pretty quick there in the beginning. I actually just removed this app and reinstalled it, so we could show you what it's like to set up a stable, to create new horses, and all kinds of stuff. So if you don't see a whole lot, that's because we're starting fresh, just to show you what it's like. So first thing you might notice, there's a lot of different options here in the menu. Under stable, now we do get to name a stable. We are in iPhone app land right now. You do start with 7,500 in gold and 5 of these diamond points. As of right now, we don't have any horses in here, but we're going to go ahead and create some pretty quickly. We're going to go right into that breeding section next. And it does cost you some amount of credits. Obviously we're going to go ahead and do it because we would like to add to our little stable family. And what you do is you actually choose the horse's sire and dam. And there are all these different statistics basically that you're worried about. And there is a really detailed introduction tutorial as well as a brief registration that you would do, so just keep that in mind. Now what we're going to do is look for some cool cool looks, because there's all kinds of beautiful horses in here, but also we're aiming to get some of these statistics kind of balanced out when we breed our horses. So, they may be a bad leader and a bad starter, but they may be an awesome burst, which is when you have the horse, and they may have amazing endurance, so maybe not what we're looking for, or a great closer, meaning that they end out the race really, really well. And then a great endurance. Let's see. There's also, again, as I mentioned, just some beautiful, beautiful horses in here. So while it's nice to look for that, it may not be the best thing to look for. Let's go ahead and use Aussie Ebb. We're going to select him. And then you go on to choose your dam, or the female horse portion of it. I really like her leader stats. That's pretty good. We might come back to her. And same deal, you just scroll through to choose someone to create your new baby horse. Okay, those look really cool. I like that. A good starter and a good leader. So we're going to go ahead and choose Furious Flower. And then they're going to show you your matchup. You can edit and change them if you choose to, or you can continue. Now they're going to show you what your foal is most likely going to look like, the percentage-wise, what they might look like. And again, some of these are prettier than others, and you can go ahead and continue. And they do give you an option to choose a custom color if you want to, but it costs some of those diamond points. And the application is free to download and use, but the diamond points can actually cost you money, and so can the coins if you're not earning them. So there's our new horse. Aren't they precious? Good for us. We're going to name it, let's see, we'll name it App, because that's quite fitting. Alright, cool, so here is our lovely little horse that we have. Now a couple different things too, you can view your horses generally. You can actually edit what your jockey's wearing, which we are going to do. There's all kinds of colors and cool designs. We're going to go with that one, just because it's pretty. You can actually buy supplies because you will be feeding and taking care of the horse. There's just some general settings, and this tutorial, as I mentioned, is really, really detailed and broken up into areas of breeding, feeding, training, and racing, but that's what you're watching an app review for. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the playing then. So this is all kind of cool and neat, and you're la-di-da, you're creating a horse. The fun part is the racing. So we're going to go ahead and before we even go in, as you can see here on the front, there's some upgrade options. For equipment, we're going to go ahead and upgrade these horseshoes just to give us a good little edge, and then you tap on race. Now race actually takes you to an area where you would do feeding, or sorry, training rather. So training goes into the feeding first. They have to have at least 90% full, or else they aren't going to race very well. And you can just touch, you can drag and drop, and again, we didn't do that, but they'll be happy. So good for them, getting to get their munch on and whatnot. Let's see how long that takes. Cool. They're full. Let's go ahead and continue. And then these are the different statistics that you have for your horse. You can see them here or on the other screen when you're looking at them. And, you know, whatever is low, you may want to go ahead and do some training on. So we're going to do burst training. Now, all of these are a little bit different, and they're all kind of little separate mini games. It's really clear. The tutorial is always really, really clear. In this case, you're going to hit the whip button whenever the slider hits the green zone. The closer to the center it is, the higher your score is. So we're going to want it to hit that center. Oh, didn't quite do it. And the closer you get, the better you are. And this is just basically for some accuracy training, and also just kind of a cool way to get these mini games on and get you familiar with the controls of the game. When you're in the races, you're going to be controlling them basically from the bottom, and you get a rating, and there's also really kind of cool sounds and stuff while you play. I'm sorry you can't hear those right now, but as soon as you finish training, you can go right into a game. Now this is actually a tiered racing approach. They have you do these entry-level ones, then you're doing derby ones, and there's actually a derby cup that you're going to be competing for. Get my other hand around here so I can show you what's going on. There's an introduction where they show you all the other horses that you're competing against. You can tap right here to skip that if you want to. So here's the deal. You're going to be able to control your whip from there. You're going to be able to control right and left, and as you navigate through, you can slow down right there. So there is a pretty cool intro section where they play all kinds of nifty sounds. This is the amount of whips that you have during any particular race. Now we're going to go ahead and try to keep this baby on course. And we also want to get that inside track, so let's go ahead and keep it quick. Now, sometimes when you get bunched up like this, it can get a little confusing and a little hard to keep track of who you are and where you are. But it's really very, very cool, and it's very fast-paced, and I really think it's a lot of fun. Again, we're kind of stuck in the pack here, so we're going to try to make a move. And again, all these different sections have associated stats. You know, if your horse may be really good at closing, which is the end portion, or they may be really good at the start. It just depends on where you got them. Or they may be really competitive. Now, we're obviously not doing too well right now, but we're going to try to go ahead and boost this up. We're not going to be in the top, but the higher you score, the better you rank, the better the score is. And as you can tell, that horse was flying, so good for them. And here at the end, once everyone passes the line, they're going to go ahead and do a little animation and kind of show you the features. So that's the gist here. We came in 7th place and earned some derby coins. And there's also this little back end etcher. So this game, in other words, combines a lot of really cool features. So we're really big fans. The graphics are really great. The game controls are really cool. The mini games are all a lot of fun, and we're really big fans. So here at the iPhoneAppReview.com, we did give this game a 5 out of 5 stars. The only complaint we had a little bit was the pack graphics get a little bit, spiced up. But otherwise, no complaints. And also that you might have to buy to get ahead, because in other words, you have to actually buy to make a bigger stable. For instance, we wouldn't have enough credits. But with the iPhoneAppReview.com, this has been Valerie Lauer with a video app review. Until next time.